So the video you guys have been wanting is finally here. The best way to play Caustic as a beginner. Let's talk about it. What's up everybody and welcome back to the XVLN Hideout. My name is Ghost, and if you guys have never been here before, I'm super excited you guys are here, especially for today, because according to you guys, this is the video you've been wanting. And this is the video we're doing. If you guys want to see different types of Apex content that I'm not providing, make sure you let me know down in the comments. Make sure you guys let me know on Twitter or in Discord, because I have been making videos that you guys have been requesting. So this was the next guide to come out, and I'm super excited it's finally here. For those who haven't been here before, this is a place where we talk about the games we play, the lives we live, and how we can look for ways to help each other be better than we were the day before. Better than yesterday is the motto. One stream at a time, one day at a time. If you guys feel like you vibe with that, if you want to see more FPS content, we're going to be covering Valorant content coming up pretty quick. I hope you guys have your key already. If you don't, I will be streaming tonight, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. We've been playing a lot of Valorant. Make sure you guys stop in, try to get your beta key. Come hang out on Twitch. You can find it here. And then all the other links that you guys need will be in the description below. Valorant content, Apex content, Overwatch content. I mean, if you guys want to see other FPS content, just let me know. I'm playing a lot of different FPS games, so I'm pretty sure I can make that happen. If that's what you guys want to see, we drop those videos, or I do, on a weekly basis. 2 to 3 videos a week. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. Every single time you guys see a video that brings you value, I get to know about it by you guys thumbsing up the video. Not only does it help the video and help the channel, but it helps me recognize what content you guys are actually wanting to see, what content is bringing you guys the most value. So make sure you hit a thumbs up if it brings you any value. Without further ado, let's get into the video. What up guys, we are back to talk about the smelly boy himself. Alexander Maxwell Knox is a 48-year-old male you guys know as Caustic, who is from the planet Gia. Caustic worked as a research scientist for Humbert Labs, which was the Frontier's leading manufacturer of pesticide gases. With a ton of pesticides needed to protect the growing Frontier colony's crops, Humbert Labs was constantly on the hunt to have better and stronger formulas. Alexander was one of the brightest scientists and worked day and night developing new gases, but to make sure they worked, he needed to test them on more than just inert tissue. He needed something living. From that point, Alexander began to work on stuff in secret and began to see the beauty in his creations and their ability to destroy literally anything they touched. But the head of Humbert Labs, Dr. Franklin Humbert, soon discovered the nasty, gruesome experiments that Alexander had been working on. Their confrontation? Yeah, let's just say it ended with the whole lab being in flames and its chief dead. Today, Alexander Knox, Caustic, is missing and presumed deceased. His supposed body was found and identified by his mother, charred and beyond recognition. But 10 years later, Caustic now finds new test subjects in the Apex games. He needed to test it on live people, and now he found a place where he could do that. Now he's able to put his gaseous creations to work and observe their effects with great interest. This guy is crazy. Now that we know a little bit about Caustic, let's get into his abilities. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Knox Gas Trap, which is his tactical. It has a 25-second cooldown. You could have 6 of them on the map and 3 of them on you, so 9 total. The craziest part is that it doesn't just do damage, but it slows the enemies and makes it so they can't just get away. It makes them unable to sprint. It also deals 4 to 10 damage a second, slowly increasing for how long somebody is in your gas. So if you're watching me use the traps right here, notice that I shoot my own traps. I do this on purpose. One, right here I'm trying to revive, so I want there to be basically smoke in the air so they can't see good, and also so they won't push me. But I shoot my own smoke because it's very easy to destroy the traps. If you shoot the bottom portion of the trap, it destroys it. If you shoot the top portion or an enemy walks by it, it activates it. You'll notice as Caustic, I throw my traps out before I push a corner or before I get into another area where I think I'm gonna see another enemy. There's multiple reasons for this. One, because you could use your traps as cover. I'm not talking about just as smoke cover, but you could use them as physical cover. So if you need to get behind them and use a battery, or if you need to get behind them and heal, or if you just need to dodge bullets. Also, if you don't shoot yours right away and you're getting in a firefight with someone, most of the time they're gonna shoot your trap and set it off anyway. But the reason why you wanna do it, like I said, is because you don't wanna risk them destroying it and then your trap just being wasted. You mainly wanna use these traps to disturb vision. You could use them to block doors. You could use them, like I said, to hide behind. You could use them at the end of ropes or portals so that when somebody is coming in, they get hit with the gas right away, slowing them down, makes them an easy kill. Also, something to keep in mind, guys, mirage decoys can trigger gas. So sometimes when you put up your gas and they send a mirage in there, they'll do it just to figure out where you're at. And then also, Lifeline's DOC, the Drone of Compassion, will not work in the midst of your gas, which is also cool because it combats Lifeline trying to heal in the midst of you guys fighting if you just throw traps around. One of the main things I see people not doing that you can do so that you don't waste your traps is if you throw out a trap and you decide not to use it, or if you're throwing it out like in the beginning when you're looting, I'll throw traps at the doors while I loot the building just in case somebody comes in. But if nobody comes in, you can actually pick those traps back up if you don't have any loaded in right away. The next ability we're going to talk about is Caustic's passive, which is called Nox Vision. And what this does is it allows you to see enemies through the Nox gas. This is huge. But you have to remember, since you're the only one who can see in the gas, you need to make sure you're communicating with your team about what's happening in the gas because they can't see like you do. Caustic is immune to the effects of gas, whether it belongs to you or an enemy Caustic, which makes Caustic your main priority. If there is a Caustic on the enemy team, he is pretty much going to be your biggest threat because he is immune to your greatest weapon, gas. Enemies inside the gas created from your tactical or ultimate are highlighted green, kind of like a threat or a thermal scope, which makes it easier to see them, and this vision isn't blocked by walls or other obstacles. This is also hugely to your advantage, guys, because when there's an enemy Caustic, usually as any other legend, you would back away from areas that have gas, you would back away whenever you see a trap, and it would make you almost feel like you can't do anything or push like you want to. But when you're a Caustic, you can throw your own gas in there, you can get all up in the mix. And like in the very beginning when I played Caustic, it was funny because I wasn't used to the fact that gas didn't hurt me. So when I threw my own gas or when enemies would throw gas, I would be so scared to go in the midst of gas. But I want you guys to see in this clip how I'm pushing right into the gas because I'm not afraid. I know it's not going to affect me, and my team needs me. They're in the midst of the gas as well. And as the enemy Caustic is throwing gas, I'm also throwing gas. And this is also good areas of where you would want to use your ultimate, which we're going to talk about next. The last of his abilities, which is his ultimate, and it's also very powerful, especially if you're indoors or in a concentrated area of the fight, like when 3 teams are fighting in just a circle and it's very, very close. Using this blanket of gas can be huge and can change the whole fight because it still damages, obscures vision, and slows the enemy. Which means as soon as they're caught in this blanket, they can't run. So you can just pick them off one at a time, making it very easy for you and your team, saying, hey, there's 3 in the gas. Hey, there's 2 in the gas, right here, and start shooting or pinging. Pinging is very important in the gas because your enemy is not seen the same way by your team. Remember, Nox Vision. The charge time is 120 seconds, which comes pretty quickly, so don't be afraid to use this. Now, this ultimate doesn't wipe squads. It's kind of like Bangalore's ultimate, where it's going to do damage, it's going to control the area, which would make Caustic almost like a tank in this area. You're going to take charge of this area and create space for the rest of your squad, but also you could use it for other things. You could use it to, if you know you need to revive your teammates, you could use it to block choke points, you could use it to gatekeep people from coming in from circle, which is also very useful. And then just make sure that you're letting your team know when you're going to throw smoke, because with your ultimate, because it's slowing the movement of the enemy and they can't just book it out of your smoke, this is going to be perfect for you guys to be able to throw grenades in the midst of that and get the ultimate amount of damage. This was a good example of trying to use gas to control the indoor area, which I'm doing right here. Unfortunately, we didn't really push in as a team, so we weren't able to get the point. And then this last little clip right here, I ran out of ammo in my flatline and wasn't able to finish the kill, so yeah, it was really sad. But ultimately, the way you've seen me move one trap at a time, pushing closer and closer to the enemy and boxing them in is kind of how you want to act indoors when you're using Nox gas. I do want to remind you guys though, watching that clip, you guys might be wondering if the teammates of mine were hurt by the gas and that's why they didn't push up with me. I think it was just lack of communication, because teammates are not hurt by your gas. It does not do damage to them. Sure, it still obscures vision for them, but it does not hurt them. So don't be scared to throw traps in the midst of your teammates fighting with you. If anything, you want to shield your teammates with gas, but just when they know that you're throwing them, sometimes they might step outside of the gas because it is really hard to see. So just play it by situation. Don't always block your teammates with gas, because that's also frustrating when you're in the middle of a fight that you know you don't really need the gas, and then Caustic is throwing gas everywhere and you just can't see. So just make sure you're communicating with your team and trying to see what the best response is. Also, Caustic does have the passive fortified, which means he takes 15% less damage because he has the second biggest hitbox in the game, which makes you a huge target and easy to melt. So just keep this in mind, guys. His mobility is like none. So don't get caught without your traps. Traps are very, very important. Make sure you guys practice on how to use them for the ultimate survivability for you and your team. Well, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for the Caustic beginner guide. I really hope that you guys are able to play Caustic better. If you are, make sure you guys leave a comment and let me know. Also, be sure, guys, to let me know what legend you guys want to see a guide for next. Follow me on Twitter, take some of the polls. I've been doing polls for almost every video and making a video according to the poll. So recommend a video that you haven't seen. If you're like, hey, I want to know like how to use this gun, or I want to know what's the best strat for this, or just like 5 basic tips and tricks, let me know that in the comments. I want to respond to every single person down in the comments. Love talking to you guys about this stuff. Make sure to stop by the stream as well on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday night at 9 p.m. PST. A lot of Apex Legends is played, so if you guys want to talk about this stuff live, if you guys want to jump in some pubs matches, if you guys want to talk about Season 4, what's getting ready for Season 5, buffs, nerfs, Loba, you guys name it. I'm down to talk about it all with you guys. Be sure to show up, and I know we'll have a great time. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like if you receive some value from this video today. It goes a long way for the channel and I'd super appreciate it. Make sure, lastly, you guys join the Discord, where there's 200 plus like-minded people playing on console, playing on PC, with a lot of different play styles, and also so that you don't have to solo queue anymore. I have a lot of people coming into the stream saying, I don't want to solo queue, I can't climb past Platinum because I'm solo queuing and I have nobody to play with. No more excuses, jump into the Discord. I'd love to see you guys in there. There's a bunch of other channels for different games. You guys could post pictures of your pets, post a selfie, talk about life in general. But I'd love to see you guys in there, joining our amazing community. I hope you guys have an amazing day or night, depending on where you're at in the world. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.